First of all, congrats on all the success lately.
Thank you.
And
well, that's thanks to you guys partially.
Yeah, so that's
playing it.
That's what I was going to talk about. So we love the song Never Over You.
Thank you.
The listeners love it. And one thing that I wanted to talk about was last week I had a day at work at the radio station that completely made my day. I got a handwritten note from you for playing the song.
Yeah.
And I was so happy about that. Like I walked in the morning, like it was like a whatever Tuesday.
Yeah.
I grabbed my mail. And I'm like, what is this? And it was a handwritten. I was like, did I go to a wedding?
I
What?
have terrible handwriting. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, it was great.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I was like, this is so amazing. And it completely made my day. Because I feel
good.
like handwritten note, like there's a lost art to the handwritten note.
Yeah.
So
yeah, totally.
So my wife and I got married last summer, and we handwrote.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we handwrote all our thank you notes. And there's something
very
about
nice.
when you write by hand.
Yeah.
That really you put thought into it.
Yeah. Well, because you have to think. It takes so much longer. So
Right.
clearly you're thinking about it more.
Right, instead of just sending off a text or email.
Exactly.
Now, when you write songs, do you handwrite your songs for that reason, or do you?
No, because it takes so much longer.
Oh,
like
yeah.
sometimes I have so many ideas. I just have to like.
You wake up in the middle
get
of the
them
night
out.
and just like.
Yeah.
Do you ever use the
exactly.
voice memos on your phone?
I do. Like my roommate has caught me like mid-dream, like waking up and like she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like
Right.
recording a melody that like in my dream was brilliant.
Like
and
I'll lose this idea.
Later in the day, I'm like, "Oh, that's not sound. That's
Right.
not music."
Yeah. So I love learning about people's journeys, and I've read a lot about you in articles and stuff. But
Yeah.
So years ago, you were discovered by Adam Levine of Maroon 5. So sort of tell that story, like how that came
Yeah.
about.
So I was in college. I was a background singer, and I got like a email from Adam basically being like, he heard a song that I wrote with like a mutual friend, and he's like,
Right.
I don't have a label, but I'll start one if you'll be on it.
You must have been freaking out.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
And how old were you?
I was like 19.
And you were like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was like literally at a college party. I had my friend read it to be like, is
this real?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I signed with Adam and went on a bunch of amazing tours with Maroon 5. And if anybody out there ever saw some random ass girl doing the Christina Aguilera part on Moves Like Jagger on tour,
that was you?
That was me.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so that was amazing.
And then you took a little time off, and now then you started up again,
we
right?
parted ways a couple years ago,
Yep.
which is one of those things in life that's like, it feels like everyone I meet has an example of this in their own life.
Right.
Like a really scary, like kind of heartbreaking moment that ends up being this massive blessing because it forces you to do something else that,
Right.
like for me, it forced me to really listen to this little voice in my head that was like, you have something to say.
Yeah.
You're more of a songwriter than you've ever thought you were. And you're an artist and you have to go find who that artist is. And so that's basically what I did.
And sometimes it's so hard to see that like in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, any stage of your life, no matter who you are, like you sort of can't see whether it's a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is never going to be better. And then then years later you realize, it was leading towards something else.
Exactly.
And now, so I mean, Jimmy Kimmel Live last week.
Yeah.
Like, how cool was that?
So crazy. So exciting.
What was that experience like?
That was so fun. I've never done a late night or anything. They were like the nicest. Everyone was.
He seems
so
like
nice.
a nice guy.
He's
and
so nice.
I feel like he would hire nice staff.
Well, a lot of it's his family. Like his extended family, and it feels like a family. They're very like, everyone was just lovely and made it so not scary for us.
And the performance was really cool. Like it
Thank
sort of
you.
looked like an intimate lounge.
It
was really
it's
neat.
a cool spot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was really
so
fun.
Never Over You is out now. Like I said, we love it. We're playing it on Star.
Thank you.
And we're leading into festival season right now.
Yeah.
So you're from San Francisco, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think Outside Lands is the one that happens up there, and then Coachella's like next weekend out there. So here we have Boston Calling in Boston.
Okay.
We have Governor's Ball in New York City.
Right.
So if you were to book your dream festival, who would be your 3 headliners?
Oh my
Friday,
God.
Saturday, Sunday.
That's a great question.
It can be anybody.
Okay, the problem is it would probably be like really they didn't belong together. But maybe that's how festivals
that's fine.
are.
Festivals,
kind of. Okay, I think Aretha Franklin.
Okay, so Friday night's
would
Aretha.
Be really fun.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. She might be more of a Sunday night. Like
Yeah,
she
you're
might
right.
be more of like a chiller.
Yep.
I mean, she's not chill, but like
Right.
you know.
You're right. It's more Sunday.
Maybe Friday night we just start with Beyonce.
Oh, perfect.
Just
right out of the gate.
get it.
Beyonce. I love it.
Yeah. Saturday these days I would love for it to be Chris Stapleton.
Oh, that's a great one.
Which doesn't really fit with Beyonce or Aretha, but for me it does. So maybe someone out there has.
So
the same taste as
Beyonce,
me.
Chris Stapleton Saturday,
Yeah.
and then we have Aretha Franklin to close it down on Sunday night.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And then you can perform all 3 days.
Yes.
You can open for them. Well, Rozzi, thank you so much for being here. We're
Thank
so
you so much
excited
for
to have you,
having me.
and congrats on all the success again.
Thank you.